In today's session, we will be dealing with one of the microwave passive device, that is waveguide Ts. In the previous sessions, we have already covered coaxial connectors, attenuators, and the very previous session we have discussed regarding the phase shifters. Okay. In today's session, we will be introducing what are these waveguide Ts, and we will look into two different types, actually three different types. So broadly, two types of waveguide Ts. The third category is the combination of those two. So we will be starting with what is a waveguide T. Okay. So before going in depth of this topic, let me ask you a few questions. Suppose everybody has seen how the pipeline will be there inside your houses. Okay. So suppose consider this is your one of the room. Okay. आपके घर का एक कमरा है ये. This is one room. Say consider it's a kitchen. Okay. So मैं जो blue lines जो ड्रॉ की हूँ, that is your room. And the orange color what I'm drawing now, it is the required pipeline connection. Okay. Taps, what you call. So I want something like this. Okay. I cannot take directly from the roof. So here from your syntax or whatever, I'm taking a line here and I'm connecting. I want a tap here. Okay. So this is the scenario. So this discussion is a bit very much practical. Okay. मैं ये जो भी आपको example पूछ रही हूँ questions, these are all water pipeline related. So let me just give the analogy and relate this with your waveguide Ts. Okay. So orange color indicates the required pipeline. You have long pipes with you available. Okay. ऐसे आपके पास say some 5-6 pipes are there, long pipes. ये जो भी आपका height है from the roof till the ground, जो भी height है उतने height का है, आप समझ लो. You have these pipelines, straight pipelines with you. So how will you use these pipes to get the tap connection here? Okay, this is my question. So just like the L-shaped connectors that you use in case of your water pipelines to connect two different pipes, the structure which we use here in transmission lines in waveguides is the waveguide Ts. Okay. So these waveguide Ts, their structure, the physical structure, it looks like English alphabet. आप ये भी imagine कर सकते हो कि एक L joint ऐसे आएगा और एक L joint ऐसे आएगा. So all together an English alphabet is formed. This is reverse, something like this. So this is the structure, we call it waveguide Ts. So in case of water pipeline connections, you are using joints to connect so that water will be passed from one pipe to the other pipe easily. Okay, there is no leakage. क्योंकि दो सेपरेट पाइप्स अगर लेंगे आप ऐसे, ऑब्वियसली यहाँ पे अगर जॉइंट नहीं है तो हाउ विल यू मूव दिस वाटर कमिंग फ्रॉम दिस पाइप टुवर्ड्स दिस? That's why you're using L-shaped connector. Similarly, whenever you're considering waveguides, waveguides are nothing but your transmission lines through which you're transmitting, propagating the waves. So whenever you're propagating, some bends, some joints need to be required, right? So under such conditions, you go for waveguide Ts. So what is the advantage of using waveguide Ts? Suppose I have a waveguide like this. Okay, it is coming, and I want whatever the wave is coming from this to be split in two directions. मुझे और ये जो part है इसको कहीं और input देना है, and this the other side it is given to some other device. Assume so a wave is propagating through this waveguide. So if I use this waveguide T, something like this, let me take a different color, whatever red color I have drawn, these are nothing but your waveguides. Now, if I use a waveguide T, something like this, what will happen? Whatever power comes or the wave is propagating inside, it splits. So what is the motive? What is the advantage of using waveguide T's? So whatever power or wave enters or propagates through a particular waveguide, it gets split. So waveguide T, it can be used for splitting the power. And sometimes the second, this structure what I have drawn, this is one type of waveguide. We come across one more type of waveguide wherein two different waves that are coming from two different say transmission lines, they both together they combine and they will be moved through this one more arm. Okay, in the T section you can see you have this one arm, second arm and third arm. So whatever the upper arm is there, so ये जो भी power आ रहा है from both sides, the LHS and RHS, both are combined and enters here. So waveguide T can also be used for combining the power. So basically the advantage of using waveguide T is it can act as a power splitter or it can be used as a power combiner. Okay, so this is the introduction I have given you about the waveguide T's. You can just go through these images. Yeah, this is one rectangular waveguide which you can see. You have a rectangular structure here. You have one port. The other end is not shown. This is your another port, two port. So it is a rectangular waveguide. And here some waveguides are shown. This is one more rectangular waveguide. This is also rectangular waveguide. And what you are seeing here, okay, ये क्या है? This is a joint, okay, to connect. It is a joint. And you can see here एक twist है इस waveguide में. This is another type of waveguide, that is twisted waveguide. So some different waveguides image I have taken. And this is your circular waveguide. So these different waveguides, they are available in your laboratories. You can have a look once you enter your laboratories. So hope you know now what are the different waveguides available. And you can see there is an English alphabet T here. Okay, whether both figures are same or different? Analyze the figures. You can see here, this is your base. I'm talking about this figure. This ये जो भी base वाला structure है, it looks like a matchbox. Okay, जो ऊपर वाला section रहता है covering, it is looking like that. It is one waveguide, and above that one more arm is attached. Okay, so this is one type of waveguide. This structure is different from this structure because यहाँ पे you just look the structure. यहाँ पे क्या है, width के accordingly हम इसको third arm जो भी है इसको attach किए हैं. Here this attachment is different. Okay, one is E plane T, the other one is H plane T. So both structures, they are not same, they are different. Okay, we will be looking into those details. This is your practically, you know, in the laboratories they are available. This is E plane and this is H plane. See, ये एक आपका horizontal waveguide है, rectangular waveguide. Above there is one arm. Here you can see ये आपका rectangular waveguide है. यहाँ पे above रहेगा, यहाँ पे side से आएगा. Okay, that is the difference. Now coming to the introduction part, let me read out. A waveguide T junction is formed, junction, okay, when a different you know things meet, that is the point, we call it a junction. So a waveguide T junction is formed when three waveguides are interconnected in the form of an English alphabet T. So obviously, you look at the figure, how many rectangular waveguides are joined here. Look into the figure. Let me take the first one only. This one. This is better for you, for your understanding. Look at the first figure. This is a rectangular waveguide. This is also a rectangular waveguide. So two rectangular waveguides. This is first, this is second. You have one more rectangular waveguides. So तीनों के sections को हमने लेके together हमने join किया है. Okay. Similarly, here also one waveguide, second waveguide, and the third waveguides. So three waveguides, they are interconnected in this fashion so that a waveguide T is formed. So why we call it a T, waveguide T? Because the waveguides are interconnected in the form of English alphabet capital T. So that's why it is called waveguide T. The waveguide T's are used to connect a branch or a section of waveguide in series or parallel with the main waveguide transmission line. Okay, you have seen, just as in series means you are connecting the two different waveguides in the it is a continuation, something like this, as one of your friends said, just to connect as a joint. Okay, either series or parallel, we can use these waveguide T's in connection with your main transmission line. Okay, why you use these waveguide T's? There are majorly two advantages. One is waveguide T's, they act as power splitters, or even they act as power combiners. Okay, so these are the two advantages. Then coming to the classification, just now you have seen two different figures. There are basically two types of waveguide T's. First one is H-plane T-junction and the second one is E-plane T-junction. So what is this H-plane T-junction? Here the side arm, जो भी extended waveguide है, that side arm is connected so that its axis is parallel to the H field. Okay, when we draw the structure in detail, we will be looking into these two types in detail, then you will understand how it is parallel to H field. Okay, we will draw the field and we will see side arm or H field parallel hai ya nahi hai. Similarly, the second type is E-plane T-junction. So what happens in E-plane? Here the side arm is connected in such a way that its axis is parallel to E field. That's why it is called H and E, because जो भी आपका side arm है, side arm in the sense, अगर ये आपका एक waveguide two sections हैं waveguides के, ये जो third line है, the third waveguide which is connecting in the form of alphabet T, this is called side arm. अभी इसका connection कैसे होगा in H plane? ये side arm उसका axis, okay, the center axis, its side arm axis is parallel to H field. In case of E-plane T-junction, side arm is connected in such a way that its axis is parallel to E field. So depending upon side arm कैसे connected है, we classify these waveguides into either H-plane T-junction or E-plane T-junction. We will come across one more type of waveguide T, that is called hybrid T-junction. Hybrid means we take both H and E together. So we will be forming a hybrid junction. Okay, so actually majorly two types. The third one is a combination of the first two. A combination of these two is also possible. We call it EH-plane T-junction or hybrid T-junction. And a special case of this junction, जो hybrid T-junction form होगा, we call this a magic T. Okay, we will see what is the magic inside the magic T. Okay, when we learn about its structure and properties, you will understand why it is named as magic T. So now we will be looking into each one of these waveguide T junctions separately. First one, let me take H-plane T junction. before that, some points I have listed. Because of the junction, waveguide T's are poorly matched devices. कि जितना जंक्शन होगा, obviously many joints will come, right, all together, so ज्यादा reflections होंगे, so it is a poorly matched junction. Since T junction has 3 ports, how many ports are available? Look into these ports. How many ports are there in these waveguide T's? कितने pipelines connect कर सकते हो आप? If you take a T connector, there is 1, there is 2, this is 3. 1, 2, and 3. So waveguide T's are 3-port devices. It will be having 3 ports. Since T junction has 3 ports, so what will be its S matrix? S matrix will be of n cross n matrix. N is the number of ports. So it is n cross n, 3 cross 3. So totally 9 elements will come in the S matrix of these waveguide T. So now when we start studying individually about these 2 different waveguide T's, we will first list the properties. We will draw the diagram for this waveguide T for each case. We will draw the diagram. We will see side arm कैसे connected है. After the diagram analysis, we will list few properties. Okay, how it behaves. Based on the properties, we will derive the S matrix for each of these waveguide T's. So the questions may be like explain H plane T junction, explain E plane T junction, or derive the S matrix for these junctions. Okay, and even sometimes in the form of a question, how the how they'll formulate is derive or prove that H plane T junction or E plane T junction, they can be used as power splitters, power combiners, so something like that. So when we finally are done with the S matrix, जब हम analyze करेंगे इसको, we will draw the figure, we will list the properties, then we will derive the S matrix for both of the waveguide T's. Finally, from that S matrix, we will conclude few things. From that, you can conclude that these waveguide T junctions, they act as a power splitter or combiners. So in the initial introduction, I have just shown you, taking the analogy of your water pipeline, how it is a combiner or a splitter. Okay, so mathematically we should prove it. So let me start with the first structure, that is H plane T junction. H plane T junction is formed when a rectangular slot is cut along the width of a long waveguide and a side arm is attached into the slot. Try to understand what is written. H plane T junction is formed. How? When you take a long waveguide, okay, you're taking a waveguide, a rectangular slot will be cut of width along the waveguide and a side arm is attached. Here it is given. You have a long waveguide. Okay. There is a slot made where you will cut that slot either on the top or the width, because here it is given, is formed when a slot is cut along the width. Okay, along the width means you have to take this, right, thickness. Along this width means यहाँ पे आपको एक slot करना पड़ेगा. In that you have to put one more arm. You insert one more arm. So this looks like an English alphabet T. एक waveguide लिया है आपने, rectangular waveguide of some length. In that, along the width, because there are many possibilities, आप यहाँ पर भी cut कर सकते हो, right? But it is very much specific. आपको ये जो width है, इस width में ही आपको cut करना है. So that is your slot. In that slot you insert one more arm, and even this is also a part of your rectangular waveguide. उसका आप एक section ले लो, उसको आप join कर दो. So this is the structure for H plane T junction. We are discussing about H plane, so we will see how the field lines are there. So hope you understood how the structure is. Let us analyze this structure. You know what is a plane of symmetry. So, you have studied about the symmetry. Plane of symmetry means when you cut this at the center, if you fold it, you know, they coincide with each other. When you just flip, right? Something like a book, notebook or textbook. This is your center. When you close it, no, they exactly match up. Both sides will match. They'll just come one above the other, exactly the same shape, same size. So that is plane of symmetry. Here also this there exists a plane of symmetry for H plane T junction. You can see this is your center axis. If you just fold the structure, see, you have both sides, every dimension, every shape is same. So if you fold it, they are put one on the another. And these lines, what I have drawn, these are the field lines. Okay, field lines. This is your side arm. How many ports are there? For each of these waveguide T's, there are 3 ports. Either it is H plane or E plane. It is a 3-port device. This is your first port, second port, and this is your third port. ये जो third port वाला section है, we call this the side arm. क्योंकि इसको आप attach कर रहे हो main line को. So we are cutting a slot in the main line and you are attaching one side arm in that. And ये जो port 1 and 2 है, this long line waveguide which you are using, main line, we call it collinear arm. Okay, both arms or both port 1 and port 2 sides, they are linear, collinear, right? Main line, collinear arm. The attachment, the additional attachment which you have inserted in that slot is a side arm. Hope you understood about this structure. Now we need to look into the some of the properties. We will list out some properties and we will try to derive the S matrix for this H plane T junction. So as I just now explained you, port 1 and 2, they are called collinear arms. Port 3 is called side arm, or now we are dealing with H plane T junction, we call it H arm. Now characteristics, we will just list out the properties of H plane T junction. First property, because of the plane of symmetry means what? Exactly when you cut it into half, if you fold it, these two will be one on another. So that is symmetry. Because of the plane of symmetry, whatever power is fed into port 3, try to understand. This is a structure. I am now feeding the power from here, and there is a plane of symmetry. When a power enters from port 3, it gets equally split into both the ports, port 1 and port 2. Because of the plane of symmetry, the microwave power fed into port 3 in the dominant mode, they are all rectangular waveguides, so obviously TE10, dominant modes divides equally between port 1 and 2 because of the plane of symmetry. That's why if I want to write the scattering coefficients, this S11, S12, S13, those coefficients, what is the scattering coefficient between port 1 and 3? It is S31. Okay, between port 1 and 3, it is called S31. Power is entering here, it splits exactly because of the plane of symmetry, and the S parameter for this port 1 and port 3, we call it S31. S3 is from the input port 3, output port 1. So S31. Similarly, the scattering coefficient here, right hand side, this is a third port, this is a second port. So it will be S32. Okay. So S31 and S32 both are equal. S31 and S32 are equal in both magnitude and phase because of the plane of symmetry. Because of the structure, जो भी power आपकी side arm से जाएगा, when it propagates through this, it splits equally between port 1 and port 2. So if you try to write the S scattering parameters, the coefficients, S31 is equal to S32. Now coming to next property, if I consider port 3, the side arm, it is perfectly matched. I'm considering, okay. However, we know that waveguide, they are poorly matched devices because of the junctions. Suppose I consider port 3 a perfectly matched junction. So whenever a microwave power is fed into port 3, it gets absorbed. Okay. So it is perfectly matched. So nothing comes out of port 3. Perfectly absorbed means जो port matched है वहां से reflections नहीं होंगे. So complete absorption. Hence nothing will come out of port 3 reflected from the junction. So junction को hit करके वापस port 3 को नहीं आएगा. If it is a perfectly matched junction, when the power is transmitted, nothing will come out and will be received at port 3 क्योंकि port 3 आपका perfectly matched junction है. I am assuming that port 3 is a perfectly matched junction. That is, the scattering coefficient S33 will be equal to 0. S33 input and output दोनों port 3 ही हैं. So it is S33 is equal to 0. Perfectly matched junction, no reflections. S33 is equal to 0. And also, as because we are having this symmetric property of S matrix, we have already studied the network theory for the scattering matrix for microwave systems. If I apply the S matrix, if I want to find the S parameters, there is a standard property of S matrix. We have already seen phase shift property. Then you have what? Symmetry property, unitary property. Out of that, let me consider symmetric property. What is symmetry? Sij is equal to Sji. That is your symmetric property. Symmetry property is applicable for a reciprocal network, remember. And unitary property is applicable for a lossless network. So totally 3 properties we saw. First one is when we send a power from port 3, it gets equally divided between port 1 and port 2. So S31 is equal to S32. Second, we assume that port 3 is perfectly matched. That is, no reflections coming out from the junction towards the port 3. So it is S33, complete absorption. S33 is equal to 0. Third property, that is by S matrix, symmetry property, Sij is equal to Sji. So what I will do, I will use these properties and I will write S matrix. You observe what is the general S matrix for a 3-port network. 3-port network we have here. Actually these waveguide Ts, they are 3-port devices. So अगर 3 ports हैं तो S matrix में कितने elements होंगे? 3 cross 3, 9 elements will be there. So S11, S12, S13, S21, S22, S23, S31, S32, S33. So now we will see, based on those 3 properties which we have written, we will try to write this S matrix. S11, S12, S13, S21, but it is, I have written 1, 2 because of the symmetry. S22, S23. S23 is equal to S32, symmetry. S32 is equal to S31, first property. S31 is equal to S13, symmetry, right? Exchange the poles. So it is finally S13. Then S31 is equal to S13. S32 again is nothing but first property I have used, S31, which is equal to S13, and S33, no reflections, 0. So this is your S matrix. So now we have to find these parameters 1 2 1 1 1 2 1 3